Good morning, everyone. I am making this video a little different. I am going to be reading from what I wrote down in my journal this morning. And the reason why is because there's some really good things I want to talk about. And I think that you guys would really have some benefits, nuggets from it. So first of all, I just want to welcome you back to my channel. My name is Suzette Denny. I'm a life coach, and I help people with childhood wounds. I also to bring the conscious or the unconscious conscious. So that's something we're going to talk about today. This is going to be great. Okay, so I woke up this morning, and I always pray in the evening and ask for intuitive hits, or God to tell me what He wants me to know, or if I have any questions about anything before I go to bed, then I want answers for, I ask God, and then He'll come in and answer me. So today I want to talk about lack and why we live in lack, because we really don't live in lack. There's really no lack here, but and I mean, here on this earth, I see so much of abundance around. So there really isn't any lack, but it's all in our mind. And it's in our subconscious mind, which is a mind that we don't realize that is playing out. Most of us do not. So I just wrote down some things, so I'm going to go over these. So we need to ask ourselves what we want. So this is a good way to decide about how you are feeling about lack. So you want, so you write down a thing you want. You want a beach house, like I have down here. I want a beach house, I want a new car, and I want the lover of my dreams. Okay, so I'm going to use the lover of your dreams. So your logical mind is going to say, I want a nice man with respect, that loves me and that's kind, and that gives me anything I want, gives me my beach house, right? But you're with a guy that treats you like shit. He don't have money. You have to pay his bills. Yeah, you are. Some of you are, and this is true. So why do you think that you're like that? Well, it's because you believe in lack. And this is what I'm talking about. The lack is, most of the time our relationships look like our parents' relationships. I'm not talking about every single person, but I'm talking about 99% of the world. Yes. If you look at your relationships that you have with your lover, then look at your mom's relationship with her lover, husband, father, whoever he is to you, or look back at, your grandparents' relationships, or even your siblings. They probably have the same relationships, because it's like in a family dynamic, which it all pulls out. So everybody in their logical mind, which is our thinking mind right here, says, I want this wonderful big dream life. That's what we all want. But we have to bring it up to our consciousness. It's all subconscious. You saw your mom with a man, maybe your father, disrespect her, hurt her, not pay the bills, not come home, drinking all the time. I mean, whatever it may be. And you associate that with love. Now, it sounds like, oh no, I don't believe that. It doesn't matter what your logical mind believes. It's your subconscious mind. When we are born, we are taught all these things. So, you're taught how to love. You're taught how to, read. You're taught how to see things, the world, this way. Well, the world you've seen was in your parents' way. not necessarily your way, but you've picked up these beliefs and now you're living them out unconsciously. So, you know how you're driving down the street, say you're 30 years old right now, I'm 51. You're driving down the street and you hear this music, right? And it's like, oh my God, I remember that when I was 16 years old. Brings you back to that memory. So it's the same thing. That's an unconscious. You weren't thinking about it. You haven't thought about it for years, but you hear that. That's unconscious. So that song is in your unconscious mind playing out whenever you're ready to hear it. Whenever you hear it, it triggers this. Ooh, 16, partying down, da da da. Okay. So now, when you see this lover and then he's disrespecting you and you're like, oh well, he'll be better because that's what your mom did. Oh, he won't do it again. He'll figure it out. He'll eventually pay the bills. No. Not saying he can't change, but yes, this is a pattern that you're playing. You're playing out your mother's patterns, and that is called lack to me. I played these out for years. And any of you that know me personally, you know that I did. So, but I don't anymore. And I've had people message me. Maybe you messaged me and said, how did you change this? This is how. I stopped believing that which is more work than, just saying this, but I stopped believing what my subconscious mind was saying, and I started believing what I wanted to believe. So the belief of your lover hurts you, that's not love. And I did believe that. I thought, oh, I'm just going to stay and it's all going to work out and it's going to get better, which it never did. And the reason why is because, for one, you're allowing it to happen. And I know that sounds terribly mean, but it's the truth, and I allowed it to happen to me, so it's not like I'm saying you're doing something wrong and I didn't, because I did, but this is how we learn. We have to learn to take these beliefs. That's why it's called lack. You're lacking your own responsibility, is basically what it is. You need to take responsibility for your own thoughts so you can have your own life, and it's getting into your unconscious. That's why it's called shadow work. If you know who I am, I do shadow work. You have to work through your shit, to get to where you need to be. To get to be able to feel like this is not the relationship I want. Because it's not the relationship you want, right? Because you're saying, oh, I want the guy that's respectful and loving, and you can have that. But you have to get these feelings that you've learned and beliefs that you feel out of your body. I mean, everything is stored in here. They say 85% of all illness comes from emotions. So if you can have that song when you're 50 take you back to when you're 16, isn't that feelings and emotions? See what I'm saying? It's feelings and emotions. So you're playing out this life in your feelings and emotions. It's not what you're saying, because you're saying on Facebook, oh, I live this dream life, da, 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 da. That's what you want, but how are you going to make it happen? Because all you know is your mom got beat and your dad treated her like shit and he's an alcoholic, and so you don't know any of that, and a big thing for me is the lack of money. I woke up one day and was like, somebody in my life always told me we never had any money. We're always lack of money. And it's not even true. I was just like, this is a freaking lie. We always have money. We never do without. Our heat's not off. We always have food. I'm talking lack of money where you're living on the streets in bags and, that's lack of money. If you have money where you can have a house and a car and internet, food, and you're not worried about it, you're not lacking. You think you're lacking because you're not driving around in a, fancy car with bling bling all over you. And you can have that if you believe that. But one of my family members would tell us, well, we never have any money. We never have any money. And this is all the things she was just believing. She was just, and we always had money. So it's lack. She was living in lack. And still this person says, we never have any money. It's a lie. It's a lie. we have money. Not we or her. This person has money. She just doesn't comprehend it, I guess, because it's in her unconscious mind that somebody told her as a child, well, there's never enough. We never have any money. So you see what I'm talking about? So we have to bring all these lies out and look at them. So here's just a little thing you can do. You can look at your life and see where you're lacking. So do you never have enough money? Do you not have the lover you want? Do you not have the car you want? Do you not have the beach house? Like me, I don't have the beach house. Would love that. But we have to align to that. Because the beach house is in wherever it is. And the car's out here for you to buy. And the lover's walking around the earth right now, waiting for you to align to him and say, here I am. I know some people's like, okay, this girl is crazy. No, it's true. You have to get all of these beliefs out of your mind. You know, the lover that you want loves and respects and cares about you and is going to do everything you want for you. He's going to do that for you. He's going to treat you like a queen. But unconsciously, you don't believe that. And you don't live from your logical mind. You live from your unconscious mind. You know why? Are you living from your conscious mind right now? Because your conscious mind is saying, oh, but you don't have any of that. That's a lack. You're lacking. I want this. That's because you're lacking it. You don't have it because you lack it. If you did, you would have it, right? See? You don't have it. I don't have my beach house. I want it. I might never get it, but hopefully one day I'll align to it, which I'm working my ass off to do. I'm trying to get rid of all these limited beliefs because they're all lies. They're all freaking lies. And it's just something that we'd agreed to. You know, all of it is agreement. We just, when our parents told us, you know, we have no money, then you're like, right, we never have any money. You agreed to it. It's all a belief. All it is a change of a perspective in your brain and then living that perspective out. So me, I love to see beautiful things around me. I feel beautiful inside. And I used to not. My old house that I lived at was way back in, you know, another town, about 4 years ago. If I remember it, it was dark brown. We always kept the curtains closed. It was, I don't know, it was scary really because I had lived there and I mean, I thought it was my dream house at that point, but it was like dark. And now I like lights and beautiful things and open up the curtains and let the sunshine in. It's because I'm more open, aware, and I want beauty in my life. So I buy beautiful things and I make sure that I have beautiful things around me. I have beautiful children. I know we're all saying that, but yes, beautiful children. But, you know, this is what it is. You have to work. When you change your mind, excuse me, I'm going back and forth. When you change your mind to believe, I don't deserve to live in brown, cold, ugly places. I believe I deserve to live in light, love, beauty. I moved to Florida and that was beautiful. So when you change your inside, how you feel, then it shows on your outside. Because like if a guy came to me today and, you know, he started all the bullshit that I was living, it would be a red flag. Psh, nope, wouldn't do that. So, because I respect and love myself. And that's another thing. What you want. So you want beautiful things. You have to have beautiful things around you, and then you attract beautiful things. If you want to have respect and love from a man to come in, love and respect yourself. I was asked out twice yesterday, online, whatever, just from putting a picture out there and saying, ooh, I'm beautiful, because I felt beautiful. And people are like, ooh, well, I think I want to, no, thank you. I'm not dating anyone right now. But for that reason, because men love confidence. So if you're beautiful and you're walking around, they love that. I'm like, ooh, what does she have? You can't be like, oh God, you can't. But you have learned that. I know a lot of my friends, and if you like me now or not, they live in lack. And they have these terrible relationships, and they act like, oh, I've been together for 50 years. 50 years ain't shit if you're being treated like shit. So I'll tell you that right now. Love and respect yourself. Get the hell out of it. Find a man that treats you right, or treat yourself right. How about that? Now, that's my big thing. I will not ever be with anyone that disrespects me again. I have been hurt enough. I have been hurt from, growing up, to relationships, to work situations, because hurt comes through all stages. It doesn't just come in your relationship with your lover. It's all. And you have to respect yourself enough to know that, no, I'm not going there. Your friends, you can have a friend that disrespects you all the time. And you're like, no. I had to do that not too long ago. A friend just kept pushing themselves on me. And I said, I need some space. And they were like, oh, did I trigger you? And I said, okay, goodbye. I blocked her from my phone. I blocked her from my Facebook and everything, because a real friend would be understanding and loving and say, oh my gosh, you need space. You take your as much time as you need. That is love. Love is not, oh, I went pushing you or making you to do something. And this is what I thought before. I totally did this, was making my husband do, you're going to do this shit. It sounds crazy that I say that stuff, because now I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe I acted like that. But yes, you don't respect yourself. You don't love yourself. If you're chasing anybody or you have lack of anything, it's because it's in you. It's all in you. So I know some of it doesn't make any sense, but this is the truth. I have so much more to say about everything, but we're not here to blame our parents or our jobs or, or our lovers that we used to have. Look at that as learning of, this is the first thing that I ever did. I looked at the relationship that I had and said, what do I not want from this relationship? So I don't want disrespect. I don't want, coming home late. I don't want drinking all the time. I don't want that. So write all that shit down. I don't want that. And then don't allow it. Not ever. None. Period. So if some man comes and he looks good, I mean, he's hot as shit, and like, oh yeah, and he drinks and he acts like a fool, out. You know why? Because you respect and love yourself. It doesn't matter what they look like. I mean, they could look like a freaking, what are you going to do with them? You do it with them one time and you're done. No, you have to have love and respect for yourself. And then that's when you start getting love and respect. It's true. But you have to work on yourself. So, there's tons of life coaches out there, and I didn't mean to sound like this was going to be a coaching thing, but I'm a life coach. I can help you. There's tons more out there. When I needed a coach, I went and got me one. So this is just so good information, because you're not living the life you think you are. You're living this life down here. Whatever you were taught, until you become aware of it, and then you recognize it, and then you can neutralize it. And that's what you do. So we're all thinking that we're living this, this life of, if you're not living that life, if you're aware. Because before I wasn't aware of it. I was not aware of it. I just thought, oh, well, this is the life. And it was shit. It was shit. And I didn't even know it. And then finally I was like, oh my God, I've been living in shit because take responsibility for myself, responsibility for my feelings, my actions. Responsibility is to take in responsibility of your actions and what you're doing and your feelings. So if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Anything. I know a lot of people that's on my Facebook are like, oh, she doesn't believe in jobs. That's not true. I believe in jobs and work and hard work because I've done it all my life. But I like to do what I love. So if you work at a job that you love, there you go. And you make money from it, it is not a job. To me, it's not. When I worked at my consignment store, I'd be there all day. We'd be talking, we'd dressing up, da-da-da-da-da. I loved that. It wasn't like my job. And I've worked at a factory. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait till 2 o'clock. Get the hell out of here. That was a job. So I tend to put that on Facebook and trigger people, which I'm sorry, but I don't mean to trigger people, or maybe I do. I want you guys to wake up and say, okay, I want this life. Well, how do I get there? Because you're not living that life if you're still down here. And I still working on myself. We will work on ourselves till the day we die. We have been so programmed by the news. Look at this, what's going on in the world right now. We are programmed like no one else. You were programmed by your parents, but you know, it's your turn to wake up to your own beliefs and live those. You don't have to be in, you know, your marriage is not a successful marriage at 50 anniversary. That's fine if you do, but if it's, you know, lack and scarcity and you're scared and you're walking on your tiptoes and your shit's getting broke and he's an alcoholic, no, that's not a 50-year marriage that looks good to everybody else, because you're inside your house miserable. Let's not do that, you guys. You're worth so much more. Believe me. I mean, I would be by myself before all that shit again, because I lived that. It's not worth it. This is so much worth it to get all those beliefs out of you. Know what you like. Decide what you want to do in your life and live that way, regardless of anything. Any kids, any moms, any lovers, anything. Because happiness starts in here. When you become happy, then everything around you will be happy and quiet and calm. And my life is totally different because I'm happy with myself. Even people are like, oh, you're too happy. You're damn straight. Because I want to be happy. I don't want to be miserable and talk about, oh my God. And I'm still around people like that. And I'm like, okay. And I gotta go. I can't hang out with you. And not that I don't want to hang out with you, that I don't love you. It's, I don't want to go down and just complain all the time. It's just not me. It's never been me. If you know who I am for all my life, I've never been a complainer. I've always been figuring out how to get out of the complaining and get to the solution. So I have the solution, and it can't be explained like over a little video. It's some hard work. It's emotional work. It's crying your eyes out work. But you can have the life you want. You just have to get in to your wounds, get into your shadows, your unconscious. You have to make your unconscious conscious. So like you'll talk to a life coach. They will see what your unconscious is. Because I even have to go to a counselor, a life coach, and say, can you see my shadows? We don't see our shadows. We do not see our shadows. You're like, oh, my life is wonderful. No, you don't even know. I didn't know. That's why I'm telling you, you don't even know. You need somebody to look at you and say, okay, this is going on. I even the other day was like, hey, some red flags are going. Red flags are going. But if they don't pay attention, they're going to just be there for another 10 years in holy hell. Look at the red flags. Get the hell out. Get what you want. It's so much better. Life's so much better, you guys. When you have love and respect and, oh my God, it's just so much better. So if I can help you in any way, let me know. Message me. Put a comment. Share this video out to anybody that needs it, because we all freaking need it. Like I said, I do it myself. I work on myself all the time, and we're always going to work on ourselves, but stop being lacking and start respecting and take responsibility, the ability to respond to yourself and to your life. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll probably make another video on this because it looks like I have so much more to say, but this is long. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the like button and comment, and I will see you soon.